What's up, guys? Anton Webb here with Culture Matters. Standing with us today is Michael Carvajal with Equity Prime Mortgages. Welcome, Michael.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, anytime. Michael, I'd love to know, topic of the day, loan options. What are some loan options that you guys offer?
And thanks for asking. Back in the day, when you used to try to get a mortgage, you used to have to put at least 20% down. There weren't a lot of options available for people, which made home ownership back when our grandparents were just starting out very, very tough. Okay,
Sure.
You had to have a lot of money for your down payment, and it was just not easy because the government wasn't involved. Now, believe it or not, government intervention did help a little bit in this situation because of the fact that now government-backed loans exist. So, for instance, we have FHA. Okay, FHA stands for Federal Housing Authority. That is a loan program that is backed by the United States federal government. With that loan, you don't have to put down 20%. In fact, you can put as low down payment as 3.5%. It's an amazing product. In fact, my wife and I, when we first started out, that's the product that we used to get our house. And we always kind of joked that we would dance in the bathroom because it was the only part of the house that we owned, right? And that was an amazing program for my wife and myself. We do VA, which is veterans. It's an amazing program. That loan is by far, hands down, one of the, if not the best loan on the market. Now VA, that's 100% financing, guys. Also, there's no mortgage insurance, which is another fee that the banks would charge if you don't put down 20%. I'll kind of touch on that at a later date, but nonetheless, veterans is 100% financing. It's an amazing program. If you've been in the service, you should at least look into it, even in the Coast Guard, whatever type of branch of service that you were in, check it out, check your DD 214, you never know. I cannot tell you how many gentlemen or ladies I talked to who didn't even realize that they qualified, and it's a home run. USDA. Now, USDA is the United States Department of Agriculture. Believe it or not, guys, these are 100% financed loans as well. Now, the caveat is it must be deemed in a quote-unquote rural area, Now, again, some parts of northern New Jersey, some parts of New York by the city, you're not going to qualify because it's not rural. However, in counties like Monmouth County and Ocean County, some of these other counties down south, and again, north of us, there are designated rural areas, even though it's not rural at all. They still have the old maps. So this is an amazing product for people that don't have a down payment and again, aren't living in the city, okay? Then we have conventional. Conventional financing used to be 20% down, but believe it or not, with conventional financing, you can borrow up to 97%. So you can borrow 97% financing with that program. Now with that program, you're going to be a little heavier on the credit scores. They're going to look at it a little differently because it's not government backed. Okay, guys? These three loans here are government backed, which means if you don't pay these loans back, the federal government's actually going to step in and pay the bank. So for us, it's a win-win because we know that we're going to get paid either way. Of course, we never want anyone to go down on their mortgage, but if they did, they'd have some insurance behind them. Okay. Lastly, and this is a program that I even looked into for my own mom, home equity conversion mortgages, all right? They came out in the 1980s, also known as reverse mortgages. Back in the day, they were extremely bad loans, okay? Senior citizens were being targeted, they were being predatory lended upon, and over the last 35 years after the Reagan administration came out, they have been updated and revamped, and they're actually really amazing programs for senior citizens. We can do them as refinances and purchases, believe it or not. So if you have your family member, your mom, your grandfather, etc., that if he lives in the property and it's getting tough for him to be able to afford that, and he worked his whole life paying down the equity in the property, and now he's going to either have to sell or go to an assisted living facility to pay for their nursing. Right. This is an amazing product. This is a game-changing product. It's helping people stay in their homes longer because, again, let's face it, does mom or dad ever want to leave their house and go to an assisted living facility? 99% of the time they don't. Yeah. We'd much rather keep them in their own homes. We actually do it on purchases as well. So if you have the senior who is selling that big house because all the kids moved out and now they just want a smaller condominium or whatever they want, we can do it with this. So it's an amazing program. There are more programs out now than ever that are really good for the public, The subprime days are gone, which is great. I'm sure everybody heard about subprime back in the day. Awful programs, you know, stated stuff where you would just state your income. Those loan programs have gone to the dogs. So these are really your bread and butter with regards to mortgage financing.
Now, Mike, quick question on this last one here. Is there an age requirement for this?
Yes, there is. Good call, Anthony. Antoine, excuse me. The age is 62 years, so you have to be 62 years of age in order to qualify for this program. You have to be a senior citizen, okay? But believe it or not, if you are a senior citizen and your spouse is younger, so if you have the spring chicken, as they say, who maybe he or she is 59 and you're 62, believe it or not, you can still qualify for it. It's called non-borrowing spouse. Wow. The reason, Ann, they did that was because what would happen would be one of the senior that was older would get a reverse mortgage. Unfortunately, they would pass on, and then the spouse would be stuck because they wouldn't know what to do, and they'd have to sell the property. So the government, about a year and a half ago, updated their programs, and this, again, is an amazing program. 10,000 people a day, guys, become senior citizens. That's a staggering number, and this is something that could really help a lot of moms and dads and grandparents remain in their homes. So.
And that is our overall main objective.
Absolutely.
To make sure that you can properly get yourself in a home, and then to help the people that you know who are already in a home and your family stay in the home.
Culture matters, guys. It's all about keeping us together. It's all about doing the right thing for people. That's why I'm here. You know, I appreciate you guys taking the time to speak with me. My cell phone number, if anyone wants to get in touch with me,
that's right,
would be area code 609-709-3517. That's my direct cell phone, guys. I answer it pretty much round the clock. Friday nights, I take a little time off to be with the family, but other than that, I work on the weekends. I work all week. I'd love to help to answer any questions and concerns that I can for you.
Guys, I know you got some great value from this. Mike, we appreciate you sharing your value, sharing your wisdom on this specific topic. Guys, can't wait to see you on the next one.
Take care.